Hey guys, whoops, I'm bumping the camera. Hey guys, welcome to Hurting Little Cows to the Glory of God. My name's Sarah. I'm married to Mark. We have 8 kids still at home, and this is like the 4th video I've done in this outfit and everything. So I am doing videos to try to answer some questions. This person asked this on my public YouTube, so I'm going to read it out loud. The question: my daughter is almost 5, and some of the little girls from church come to play frequently. They ask all the time when she can come over. Parents are hinting for me to drop her off. I think my daughter would be fine, but I'm hesitant leaving her to play dates at this age. How do you graciously tell someone you don't want your kid dropped off? I don't want to offend the parents. Do you allow your kids to go to someone's house without you? My husband and I have pretty much decided she won't be going somewhere for sleepovers, and we have already had invites. I just am not ready to leave her for play dates. How does your family handle this? Okay. There's a lot in this question, and it's kind of funny that you asked me because we had someone at church on Sunday asking our child if they would go do something, and I have to graciously say no, and people don't like to take no as an answer, or they don't understand. They think that I'm like joking with them that no, I'm not going to let my kid go do that with you. And it's not because I don't trust a specific person. I have no problem saying no if I have thoughts about you being a dangerous person. I can easily say no to you. It's harder when it's somebody that you're like, I do trust you. I don't want you to think that I don't like you or don't trust you for some reason. But we don't, as a family, allow our kids to do these things. So I mentioned on another video, my 16-year-old and my 19-year-old have been going to candidate things for gubernatorial candidates with Republican people. The reason that I allow this is not because they're Republicans, not because they're good friends of ours, not because of any of that, but because we have a 16-year-old totally capable young man and a 19-year-old totally capable young woman who know how to interact with people in public and know how to keep themselves safe in situations. We allow these two to go places together so that there's the accountability of both of them being together. Neither one's going to try to get away with something they shouldn't be doing.
They both also have health issues and they need help with them.
Right. But also, because like we want to make sure that other people aren't doing something, because the world is a dangerous place, a bad place. And I want to make sure that my kids are safe. And I know people are going to be like, oh, you're overprotective, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm supposed to protect my children. That's why God has given parents for children, is so you can protect them. So we send the two of them together. I can think of very few times that one of our children has been somewhere totally by themselves. And usually like last year when Naomi did her bill about abolishing abortion in Maine, she went into the room where they were giving testimony, and the rest of us couldn't get in the room. There was only so many places, and we wanted the people giving testimony to be able to be in there, not us just taking up seats. So she was in there with trusted people we knew, and we were there on the grounds of the Capitol. But it's just one of those that I don't see a need for my children to be places without us on a regular basis, doing their own thing. But again, you're going to hear some caveats for the 16 and 19-year-old because they are adultish type people. This question is asking about a 5-year-old. 5-year-olds very much need to be protected. And I don't know any of the people you're talking about. I don't know this person. Like this lady comments on our posts often, but I do not know her personally. I do not know any of the people she's talking about personally. They might all be wonderful, wonderful people, the most wonderful people you'd ever know. But you see every day, I saw one today about a person who worked in a daycare facility who was doing awful things to children. You see things at public schools where people are doing awful things to children. This might not be the people we're talking about. But there are people out there that are doing things to children and are going to places where children are easily accessible. So
That
Yeah.
includes church and nurseries.
Yes, that includes church and
Vacation
nurseries
Bible
and all
school.
of those things.
Yeah.
So as a family, we do not leave our children alone with adults. Now, they may be within our general area with adults. Like our church has a camp that we're part of, and our kids were working. We did like a work day at this church camp. The older children who I felt would actually like come back and do that type of thing. I'm not talking about the 2-year-old here. Mark was at one part of the camp. I was at a different part. You could holler enough for the other parent to hear you in the places that we were. But I would send like, Abigail, can you run down to daddy? Because you're going to help him with this thing. So I'm not saying that like, I don't know. We have people who watch this channel who think that we don't allow our children to do any real life stuff. And I just made a video about that. So that's going to be either right before or right after this one. But there are dangerous people in this world. I'll answer this question first, and then I'll go back to the other one. I was abused at a church camp. It started when I was 7. It was a camp where my parents should have felt full trust in the adults who were in charge. And when I brought it to the attention of the leaders of the camp, they told me that it was my fault, and the adults got off scot-free. There are people who are abused at sleepovers because sometimes the parents are inviting children over knowing there's something happening, or sometimes just there's another person in the house that they didn't know was going to be, like let's say you have a 10-year-old sister and a 12-year-old brother. They both have friends over the same night. Nothing of the parents' knowledge, but something happens. There's a lot of bad situations out there, and God is bigger than all the trauma. Like, God can heal you from all of that, but that doesn't mean you put your child in a place where they will be traumatized. I don't know if that makes sense, but like God has healed the hurts that happened to me and has helped me to overcome a lot of stuff from my past. But if my parents had known and had put me in that place, that would have been very wrong of them. Even if they knew God can heal those things in the future. We don't put our children in harm's way. And I do not blame my parents at all. So don't take this as that I'm answering this question for this person. Our children only have childhood once. And certain things that kids see, whether that be abuse that happens to them, whether it be things they see that they shouldn't, like pornography. Maybe it's somebody who's teaching them to lie to parents or cover up things. Maybe it's someone teaching them that stealing is okay. We're going to go to the store and swipe that pack of gum. Maybe it's some home life where certain sins are being excused. Maybe those are sexual sins. Maybe those are other types of sins. But in our house, we feel that it is okay to drink occasionally. Never to drunkenness, but like drinking is not a problem. But if you are a family that doesn't want your child to think drinking is okay, and they come over and see a drink in our house, your child is going to get confused if this is okay or not, especially if the person's doing it often in front of them. So it doesn't even have to be something that is necessarily sinful. It might just be something that you don't want your child to see. Like people in France drink, wine with dinner on a regular basis. If your child is going to that person's home regularly and they're seeing that, but then you're saying, no, drinking is always wrong, there's going to be this confusion in their head of, but their family's nice. Their family's kind. This is what's going on in the world when it comes to like what we should accept for family lifestyles and well, love is love and anyone can just love who they want. It just makes it very normalized that it's okay. They're a nice family. I like them. And it just becomes normal that someone would have two dads. And that's not the type of world that I want. I want my child to see what the Bible says about something and love the people in other homes, but not be introduced to this is normal. This is okay. This is what life should look like for other people. And so we're very guarded. It's totally not where this video was going to go, but we are very guarded with our children on how they spend time with others. So none of my kids have ever done a sleepover. They have had grandma watch them when I'm at the hospital having a baby or with another child, like when Josiah had his seizures. They are with somebody in that necessary time. And it's not because I have anything against my mom. My kids hang out with my mom all the time. But I also am supposed to be the one pouring the most into my kids. I'm the one who's supposed to be doing the training and correction of my children. And enjoying my children. Yeah. Like I'm supposed, like, I don't want to, it's not that I don't want to go out to dinner with my husband, but I don't want to miss time with my kids. And that's not because the kids come before husband or any of that stuff. It's just God gave us children. Children are a blessing. They're not just a status symbol. They're not just something to be like, hey, look how much God has blessed me. Because God has blessed lots of people in lots of different ways. The baby is okay. Daddy's got him. God has blessed lots of people in lots of different ways. But some people use it as, look, God gave me all these blessings. And are you enjoying those blessings? Because that's part of them being a blessing, is being able to enjoy and pour into them and leave an inheritance for your children, which isn't just giving them money, but giving them wisdom, teaching them skills, all of those things. So wanting to spend time with your children. I do not think it is wrong for children to want to see other children. I have friends that I like to see, and they're of a variety of ages. But how are those interactions happening? And I think depending on your child, like in this situation, again, I do not know this person personally. It sounds like there's one child who's 5 that's being invited to things. We have lots of kids, and depending on the family that we are spending time with, the kids may have a little more freedom to be with the other kids away from us, but we still have very certain rules. So we have a large family friend who the kids all get along really well. We don't have children who are fighting with each other on a regular basis and everything. And so as long as I'm kind of like able to hear no one's hurt outside or whatever, the kids have freedom to go out and play, and they like to square dance and that type of thing together. But they're not allowed alone with other children. Like, oh, we want to go play upstairs. Well, no, you can bring the toy down and play down here. Or we'd like to go in this bedroom with the door closed. No, you can be out here. There's no reason for children to be that contained, like that out of the way. And in this other family that I'm talking about, they have older girls, older kids. And so the older kids can sit and talk, and the younger kids can play, and everybody still be within earshot of everybody and know what's going on and be able to see each other and all of those things. Now, there's other families we get together with that my kids don't get a whole lot of freedom, because maybe we have a past history of certain kids who bicker back and forth, or there's certain children who are trying to lead others in a wrong way, cheating in games, that type of thing. And so I'm much more careful of watching those. It's until they've been proven more trustworthy that they get a little more freedom. But like I still said, those ones that have more freedom, still, I'm not like, oh, okay, you guys, oh, you older people all want to get in the car and go to the store? No, you can stay here. Like, I just feel that there's a lot of things The world wants us to hand over our children very, very quickly. And as Christian parents, we need to see how deep our responsibility is to protect our children and their childhoods from not seeing things they shouldn't see or things that are going to be hard to change. But also, the world tries to tell us that our kids are missing out on things because they didn't get to do sleepovers as a kid, or they didn't get to do prom because they're homeschooled and that type of thing. And so many of those things are just cultural, and things can happen. And I know people are going to say that I'm making this whole video because of trauma I experienced in my past. And maybe that is, but I had trauma. I was not a bad child. I was not somebody who was hanging out with the wrong crowd. I was not doing any of that. And even if your child is, they shouldn't be traumatized. But I wasn't in putting myself into bad situations. There's just a lot of bad situations out there. But there is nothing I can say that I gained from sleepovers, because I had a lot of people at my house and I went to a lot of people's houses. There's nothing I can say I gained at sleepovers. Also, if you are building a family that you want to see your grandkids raised in also, then you're going to be guarded with what you do. When I was growing up, I had a lot of friends that would come to my house because their home lives were very hard for different reasons. And they would come over to my house to hang out. We'd spend time doing homework or watching movies or any of those things. But I always had the house that everybody wanted my life. Does that make sense? I had parents that were happily married. My dad passed away multiple years ago, but up until his death, my parents were happily married. We had all the things we needed, but we weren't, it wasn't like we were rich. We were well off. Like we weren't scrounging around for food, but I didn't have like a huge excess of stuff. It was just that my family and the family atmosphere we had, people wanted to spend time in like a stable environment with parents. Like my parents loved each other. My parents didn't yell at each other and do those things. And so people were attracted to that. And if you are working hard to make your home a place where people want to be, where your kids actually enjoy being, then they're not missing out on things in the world. You can invite a lot of people to your house. We have people here, and I hope that we can do more over the summer, but we have families that we know that come over, and then the kids can play while the parents talk and all of that stuff. And we're still able to control the environment, to know who's around, to know what the kids are doing, and not having to send them off somewhere to do that. So I hope that this video was an encouragement that, yes, it's okay to protect your children. We're supposed to be the greenhouse to get our children ready for the real world, but not to put those seedlings out too soon. And little kids can't. When I was abused starting at 7, I didn't know how to tell people because I didn't see all the signs of the abuse. And I kind of felt like I was responsible for it, even though I wasn't. Like looking back, I can see that I wasn't, but that's what abusers do, is try to tell you that you're in the wrong or that something's going to happen if you tell on them. A little kid doesn't know how to protect themselves from that. And so there's just a lot of sheltering that should be done to our children, and making your home someplace where you can help bring in other families and show them what family really should look like, and not I want to dump my kid on somebody else, but we want to spend time with our kids and with other families. This video became kind of off topic from exactly what I was trying to say, but I hope that it was an encouragement to somebody to look at your children as a blessing, to really want to spend time with them, but also to see the world around you for what it really is. There are a lot of evil people in this world, and right now there's a lot of ideologies in this world that people would say we're wrong for trying to teach our children our Christian values. So be strong, do those things, invite people into your home so that your child has people they can spend time with and learn from, but make sure that they're doing it in a protected way. So we'll see you guys next time on Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. Bye.